Looks like everything's going. So this one is a slightly different experience. My last was 2251. Yeah, so I just set a world record at questing for glory. Swashbuckler's Pub and Pizza. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going there, but Origin Systems proudly presents Ultima 2, Revenge of the Enchantress. So this is, like I said, a slightly different experience. This game is really bad. It's terrible. Now with color dungeons, yeah. So we're not actually going to go into any of the dungeons. They're not necessary. So again, I'm going to start character creation. If I don't start character creation, since we're ahead of schedule, I can show off a couple of things. We'll clean out of that. If I go to play a game of Ultima 2 without creating a character, I get this. No character on disk. And the game hangs. I can't actually do anything from here. If I were playing this on an original 286 PC from the 80s, I would actually have to turn the computer off and turn it back on again. Since I'm on DOSBox, all I have to do is close the window and reopen it. So we're going to create a character. We have 90 points to distribute. We're going to start with 14 strength, 36 agility. Also, I need a name. So if chat wants to provide me with another name, that would be great. So 40 points left to distribute. The minimum I can put into any stat is 10. If I try to put 5 in, it won't let me. So, Kefka. Sorry. I'm going to go first come, first serve. So Cletus is our name. So the character must be male, because this is 1982 or 83. I don't actually remember. But male means strength. So when we pick a male character, our strength goes up by 5 points. If I were to take a female character, I would get 10 points of charisma. The race must be elf. That'll give us 5 points of agility. The type is fighter, 15 points of strength. Cleric, wizard, and thief all give 10 points in wisdom, charisma, and agility. The name, I said, is going to be Cletus, and as is appropriate, will be in all caps because there isn't actually a lowercase font in this game. So, well, there isn't actually a lowercase font that I have access to. There are places where it works. So I'm going to take a moment, because we have a little bit of time here, to talk about what those numbers are up at the top. Strength, agility, stamina, charisma, wisdom, intelligence. If you've played Dungeons & Dragons, those will look familiar. So strength does two things for us. It increases the damage we do and allows us to wear heavier armor. Agility increases our chance to hit and allows us to wield better weapons. Stamina, charisma, wisdom, intelligence, they don't really do much. If you get your charisma and intelligence high enough, then you can purchase items cheaper. That's it. That's the entirety of them. The purchase price for things goes down if you cross certain thresholds with your charisma and intelligence. Now, those numbers look pretty normal, and when I was putting them in and the game adjusted... thanks, Galara. The game adjusted things for me, but those numbers look like 34 and 41 and 10s across the board. When I interact with them, that's what they are. When I put them in, I typed 14, I added 5 to it for a male character, I added 15 for a fighter, it became 34. The game is going to treat those numbers as if they're hexadecimal. So it's not going to say 34 strength, it's going to say 52 strength. It's not going to say 41 agility, it's going to say 65. This is part of the reason this game is so weird. But what's important about that is that strength provides us with 1 bonus point of damage for every 4 points of strength we have. So again, the game is looking at that 34 and saying, that's not a 34, that is in fact a 52, which means that we're going to be getting 13 points of bonus damage on my strength. It's going to look at that agility and say, that's not a 41, that's a 65. Already did that bit. So anyway, but that 65 means that we can equip weapons up to weapon number 8, which would require 64 agility to equip. Yes, some fuzzy math right there, absolutely. The 4 other stats are going to show up as 16. Well, they're going to be treated as 16. If I look at the stat screen, they're still going to give me those numbers. Yeah, I mean, the other 4 stats are going to show up as 16 in the game's programming, but they don't actually matter. Satisfactory, yes. Also, while we're on the subject, if I try to create a second character where there's a character on disk, it does this, not a blank player disk, and again, the game stops here. So, once more, we will close it and reopen. Everything will go purple for a second, and here we are. Part, close bracket, open bracket. All right. One more thing we need to do before we start. I need to reach over to my computer and press Control S. Control S, one of the games of all time, yes. Control S will mute the sound. Sound eats cycles on this game, and I might get a chance to show that off. So I'm going to try a strategy that I just came up with a few days ago called the double steal. If the double steal works, I don't know, maybe I'll get another record. Probably not. Double steal is probably not going to work. We're going to try it once. Then we'll try a couple single steals, and then we'll just go on to my old strat. All right. We're going to play a game of Ultima, close bracket, open bracket. The game will start. Timer at the ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, I use a double-fisted technique for movement. I use both the keypad, the number pad, and the arrows. It helps me move faster. That's an orc trying to chase me down. So we've arrived not in Caesarea this time, but on Earth. So Minax, Mondane's apprentice and lover. We're going to try and steal some armor here. No luck, no luck, no luck. Steal armor. Did I get plate? Yes, okay, good. One down. Minax was not happy we killed Mondane before she could. Ready 7, ready 8. Nope, didn't get the right one. Steal weapons. Nope. Aha, right? Oh my goodness. The double steal is on. You might have noticed I didn't actually save. The game auto-saves every time we enter or leave a submap. So the game just saved. Now this poor thief is going to get killed. This is the grind. This is my thief grind. We used to grind on this thief to 3,000 gold. We do not do that anymore. We now grind to 1,608. So the double steal was effective. Good. So the light sword is weapon number 7. This game features, I have no doubt that when I hit this thief, it's going to die. This game features set damage. So I got 13 points for my strength, as I explained earlier, and weapon number 7 gives me, okay, good, I got away. Weapon number 7 gives me 14 bonus points of damage. So that's 27. The thief has 25 hit points. Well, effectively 26. I have to be able to do 26 damage in one hit to kill the thief. The guards come at me the minute I hit the thief. It looks like that guard was coming at me beforehand, but no, it doesn't come at me until I hit the thief. I pull out my lightsaber, I swing at it several times, and then finally when I hit it, then the guards care. So the reason we kill this thief a lot is because in killing a thief, we accomplish 2 things. We get a little bit of money every time we kill something. It's a random odd number between 1 and 17, so average of 9 every kill. And I'm looking for, in this particular case, 1,608 gold is my total I need to move on. So, come on, there we go. So I need to kill this thief a lot of times, and getting gold 1 plus 1 is not helpful game. It also gives some level of experience. Experience is meaningless in this game. The food, on the other hand, is not. Again, if that food ever hits 0, I die instantly. Game over. Just tells me I'm dead, and that's it. Now, I also mentioned the game autosaves when I enter or leave a town. I could end up in a situation where I cannot possibly continue. This game has a no-win state, because this game does not attempt to bring you back to life when you die. So, if I enter the town and autosave with too little food, not enough food to get to the food stand, the run is dead. That's not going to happen because I'm keeping an eye on the food. The thief also gives us something else. Every time we kill something. Not every time, but most things we kill will add something to our inventory. The thief can add anything to our inventory, which is important because the anything the thief adds includes some items we will need. We need a blue tassel. If we don't have a blue tassel, we can't get on board a pirate ship. We need a skull key, because without a skull key, we cannot get into an airplane. We need a brass button, because without a brass button, we can't fly an airplane. We need... what do we need? We need an ankh, because without an ankh, we can't get into a rocket ship. And we need several trilithium, because without trilithium, we can't fly the rocket ship or send it through space. Because, again, early Lord British was using Mad Libs to write his games. We are going to go steal some food this time. Normally, I don't go to steal food until the thief gets too close to the guard and I can't, but we're running out of food. I'm getting good thief luck. Steal food. Oh, I alerted the guards. They're coming at me. Okay, stealing food is now a priority. There we go. I'm going to steal some food. There we go. Steal food. Oh, I could actually buy it. Okay, now the RNG is starting to bite me. Get out of my way. Okay, I need more food than that. The reason I run away immediately, by the way, and try and avoid the guards, they hurt. In this game, enemies don't actually do a whole lot of damage, and the damage they do is based on their hit points. Okay, we got enough food now. And the guard didn't alert the guards that time. So the damage they do is actually based on their hit points, except in towns, everything does an additional 100 points of damage. Doesn't matter what it is, does an extra 100 points of damage. See, the guard just hit me for over 100 points of damage. I risked it. I let him get too close. I wasn't paying too close attention, and I got smoked a bit. There we go. So one of the reasons I went to steal armor, even though it's not something I actually need, the game only determines enemies' 2-hit chance based on your armor. Wearing no armor at all, it's 8 out of 16. For every level of armor you put on, that number goes down by 1. So cloth would make it 7 out of 16, leather makes it 6, chain would be 5, and plate makes it 4 out of 16. So I've reduced their chance to hit by 50%. Yeah, that guard's way too close. When I buy reflect armor, it will be 3 out of 16, but I have to buy reflect armor. You cannot steal reflect armor or power armor, and you need one of them, reflect or power armor, to get into space. Otherwise, the minute you launch your ship, you explode. And that's what it says, too. You launch the ship into space, and it says, you have exploded. Thank you. So yeah, so far so good. That's why I started stealing, because now normally when I got the money, I would go back to Town Linda and purchase reflect armor. Instead, I do that now a little bit later in the run. I still have to do it before I go into space, but this way I don't have to go back into town and cross it again. It's a fairly big space. So just combining two things in one trip. I like routing. Routing is what I do a lot of, which makes these old RPGs just so much fun for me. Okay, I've got enough money for the reflect armor, but I don't have enough money for my hit points, because the way you get hit points in this game is you give money to Lord British and he gives you hit points. So every 50 gold you give to Lord British, he gives you 300 hit points until you cross the 5,000 point threshold, at which point he'll give you 200, and then 100 later when you cross 7,000. We'll play a little marathon safe here. We'll get an extra 50. Otherwise, I can do it at... okay, first gold grind is done. One down. No, I don't need to go into Linda. It's the problem with rerouting. Get dead, thank you. Now we're past a bunch of turns, so that time gate opens up again. Hey, time gates. So now we're in the present day. That was in the distant past. That was the BC era. This is the AD era, 1990 AD to be specific. The distant future. Yeah, that's what I need. 1, 2, 3. I now have 1,100 hit points. That's good. Now we need to kill a guard. So in order to alert the guards, we're going to steal some grass. Come on. There we go. Okay, that cost me a lot of my health. Guards are the only thing in the game that carry keys, so we have to kill them if we want keys. I'm going to negate time. I'm going to open this. We're going to wander over here. We're going to board a frigate, and the frigate will fire. Now you notice the guards aren't alerted by shooting the cannons. They're alerted when I attack. So the game is so well programmed, the fire command doesn't actually alert the guards, the attack command does. That's the indestructible guard. Every town has one indestructible guard because the game hates you. I'm going to negate time to get around these sea serpents. Things are not as they seem. Sail into the grass. I'm going to do a quick check to make sure I've got enough trilithium. Yeah. And brass buttons, blue tassels. Am I out of strange coins? Wow. Okay, that makes things interesting. Did I get... I only got 2 strange coins? Cool. I have to go back to the past. That's the problem with now not needing to do as much thief grind. I don't get as much stuff. Okay, we're going to do a little more grind here. We're going to take out a few thieves. Strange coins allow me to stop time. They also will allow me to... time stop in this case, the game says we'll stop everything that's not within a 1 square radius. All it does is take all hostiles in the game and make them unable to move. They can still attack, but they can't move. So this includes guards that have been turned hostile. This includes enemies that started that way. You can still transact with them. You can still do all sorts of things with them. We're going to just grind up a couple more thieves and see if we've got any more strange coins. No. Cool. We may go improv. I get my double steel to work, and now, and of course, I don't get enough strange coins to do this. 3 now. Okay, good. That's enough. That's good. We can do it. Still going to be a bit improv-y. Don't tell me. Okay, you didn't. Okay. All right. Still going to be a little bit improv-y, but we're going to do this anyway. Here we go. This is New San Antonio. I'll show you the difference between the guards. This guard says pay your taxes. This guard does not. Funny, no response. The guard that says nothing, that guard is the indestructible guard. Can't actually hit him. You can try to fight him all you like. You can't actually hit him. Here's where I'm going to buy my reflect suit. Yep. Wear it, because if I don't, I will explode when I go into space. This guy, normally I would use a strange coin to get past this fighter. He's hostile, but I'm out of strange... Well, I've only got 3 strange coins. So now we launch the plane. And we come here to Australia. And we wait for the time door to open. Boom. This is the time of legends. This is where Minax's castle is. It's right there. We're going to spend a moment and kite some enemies out of the way for later. And then now we're in the aftermath. Minax's revenge, the revenge of the Enchantress, is to cause nuclear war. So this is Pirates Harbor, which is absolutely not Moscow, right? That's not the Red Square. CCCP, for those of you who are old enough to remember it. I'm going to unlock this door. We're definitely going to kill this thief. There we go. We're going to board this frigate. We're going to get out of here. And CCCP test launch. Now comes the fun part. Sideways flying plane. Hyperwarp. We need to go to 946. That will take us to Uranus. Now here we go. I have to land this rocket. I have to land it in open grass or I die. And I land it in the perfect spot. Great. New gesture. All these gestures are set to pursue, not to attack. So they're not going to attack. They're just going to cluster around me. They won't attack unless I attack them first. That turns them hostile. So all these gestures are going to cluster around me. I'm going to come over here. And remember the difference between the attack and the fire command? This is where we grind for money. If we didn't have to get... There's the indestructible gesture. If we didn't have to get the reflect suit at the beginning of the game to get here, this is where we do all our money grind. I need 1,300 gold is what I'm looking for. That's a lot of stick figures. Did I get a helmet? There's one of the interesting things, one of the things you can do, one of the items that the thief can drop is a helmet, magic helm. And it allows you to get an overhead view. Those of you who are familiar with the later games in the series, it's like using a gem. So you can see some of the lovely pixel art in here if I do that. See, there's the Ha over there. There's the ghost, the dog. You know, your standard town construction. Your civic engineers are beside themselves. It's great. See, I two-fist the controls these days. Yikes! If the gestures surround me, I can't get out. And I'll get killed trying to fight my way out. So I have to be careful. I don't know how that started happening recently. That the gestures are like on both sides of me, and I'm not sure how that keeps happening. We'll do another lap. It's slower, but it's better than getting trapped. The game I said auto-saves when you enter or leave a town. That only applies on Earth. When you're on Uranus, when you're on Planet X, which we'll be going to soon. When you're on other planets, the game can't save. So if I happen to die here, I have to go back to Pirates Harbor and steal another rocket. That also applies if I die on Planet X after I finish all this grinding. That applies if I die in the landing back on Earth after I finish all the work from here. So there can be a significant time loss if I don't land the ship properly. And I was having some trouble when I was practicing. This is usually where I talk about this game has unwinnable situations and instant death mechanics. Obtuse clues that, I'm not showing you the obtuse clues because I know where everything is already. Obtuse clues, weird mechanics, strange programming, puzzles that don't really make sense. And then I tell you the game was published by 1980s, in the early 80s by Sierra Online. And all of a sudden it starts to make sense. Yeah, the speedrun does indeed have a reason to go to the town full of gestures on Uranus. I am basically, for all intents and purposes, at the moment, the only active runner of this game. If this is a game, or the previous one, or the next one, that you are interested in, by all means, join us. This is a fantastic speed game. It's a terrible casual game, but it's a fantastic speed game. Okay, I've got my 1,300 gold. We're going to fly to Planet X. Board the rocket ship and launch. Hyperwarp engaged. This is my only break. Go to 999. Pour myself some water. The sound's 8 frames. No, there's no music. It's just sound. And the sound doesn't eat frames. It doesn't eat frames. I'll show you. Sound is on. It does that. Every time. So now sound's off again. So every time I try to attack, it's going to make that noise, and it will wait to process the noise before it actually lets me do anything else. Aussie is going to do the same thing Lord British does and give me hit points for money. I need to leave 500 gold in place. because I'm going to need that 500 gold. And I'm going to punch one of his guards in the face. Stop time so I can get past him. We need to stop time one more time here so I don't get attacked by those guards. And I need to talk to this dude right here. Father Antos chants, "You have earned my blessing. Return and claim the ring." One more stop time. And now is where it gets improv-y, because I need to get out of here before those guards catch me. Okay, good. I got away. All right. Last rocket ship travel. Also, the rocket makes noise. Hyper jump to 666. I'm sure there's nothing to that. That's just where Earth is. Oh, off in deep space. That happens once in a while. In fact, not once in a while. It's not random. It's when your fuel ends in 3 or 7. And there's my final landing. Good, all my landings were done. I'm back in the AD era in South America. I will now walk across Central America to New San Antonio, where I left my boat. One of the clues we get, one of the obtuse clues we get, is that an old man under a tree has the ring. You don't know why you need the ring, but that's fair. Here's a tree. There's an old man. And we just give him 500 gold. There is an offer command. You just give people money. And we're going to go back over here. Again, we don't have any more. I'm not Einstein. I can't negate time. I don't know why Einstein could. Come on, go away. Thank you. Before the guards get here. And we're going to steal another plane. And we're going to go straight to the time of legends again. Whoops. Land. Thank you. There we go. And north to Minax's castle. We enter in. If we don't have the ring, we die right there. That's 1,000 damage every time we step into one of those fields, and we got to step into a bunch of them. We need those guys active. We step here and walk around here. And they're trapped because they move in a straight line towards me. Now I need to activate her guards by stealing the tiles off her floor. There's the guards. Now all her guards are active, and there should be a couple more. I want to walk back and forth until they walk into the torture chamber and try and get me. Good. And up here, there's 2 more. I need to trap them in the museum. Pass, pass, and away we go. And now I'm going to walk between them and go and stab Minax in the face a few times. I need to hit her 10 times. 10 hits. Every time I approach her, she's going to hit me with magic missiles. 1, 2, 3. Every magic missile does exactly 100 damage. So I've hit her once. I need to hit her 9 more times. This is why I need all those hit points. I just walk across her castle. There's 2 hits. I can miss another 16 times. If I miss 16 times, I have to quit and reload. And I have to hit her 8 more. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 3 more misses. Okay, I can miss 13 more times. Have to hit her 7 more. Six more hits. On hit number 10, it is time. 6 more to go. Five more to go, and I can miss 12 more times. I don't know what the actual chances to hit are. I have suspicions. My agility, remember, reads as 41, but the game is treating it as 65. Miss 11 more times, and I need to hit 4 more. So it's possible that that's a 65 out of 128 chance. I think it's actually a 65% chance to hit. 3 more hits. I'm stepping away from the, I'm keeping some distance between the enemies and me because they'll throw spells at me otherwise. And it's not actually a danger to me, but if they put me to sleep, it wastes time. Here we go. 2 more hits. This is chamber number 1. And I can take the time to talk to Minax before I stab her the last time, because I like her quote. See, that's what happens if I get put to sleep. I just stand there for a bit. So we're going to talk to her. A coward dies 1,000 deaths, a hero only one. Either way, you lose. And this is time. You have saved the universe and completed Ultima 2. Seek now to conquer wicked Exodus found in Ultima 3D 4P. I don't know what the 4P is. Anyway, that's time. Dare I look? 24:05. Okay, cool. 24:05. So I'm about 5 minutes behind. Well, 6 minutes behind my personal best, and that's fine. I mean, yeah, I had to go back and steal some more or get some more strange coins. So I'm really happy with that. So thank you for the GGs. And 4 pewters, yeah. I've heard some suggestions that it's 4P for 4 players, because in Exodus you actually get to create 4 characters. Otherwise, that's the game. That is it. And that's been my time. So thank you for having me. It's been a fantastic honor. If you like what I do, if you like what you saw, that's mostly what I do. That and play the organ. So I often stream my organ practice sections as well, because the church I work for is actually quite wonderful and lets me use their equipment. So, yeah. I hope the rest of the marathon goes well. Lovely to be a part of it. And looking forward to more in the future. Do Ultima 3? I do it. I run it, and I submitted it. Wasn't accepted, but that's fine. I was able to do 2 of my games. That's great. Yeah, I can play Ultima 3 for you sometime. Just come visit me on stream. So, or come see me at another marathon. Right. This just loops forever until I close it. Again, on original hardware, you've got to turn off the machine. So.